Hello, it's time for Flashback, the weekly history quiz. Let's find out what's happened in history. In 1977, Elvis performs his last concert at a sold out arena. U2 performs one of its first at a local high school. Wow, that is an amazing overlap. That's absolutely bizarre to imagine. Against that, humans first arrive on the island of New Zealand. In China, the Ming established the country's eighth imperial dynasty. Well, obviously, that's going well before 1977, circa 1300s. It's always so interesting to see when humans arrived in places like New Zealand. I mean, it's obviously just so much later than obviously places that aren't relatively isolated islands. In Italy, Galileo spends his final years under house arrest for claiming the Earth revolves around the sun. In America, Harvard University is founded. This is interesting. So look at this. Yeah, this whole thing is full of these interesting overlapping events. I really like that as a theme for this, for just a week in the puzzle. Right. Anyway, that's what the 17th century. Yes. In England, London builds the first underground railway. In the US, the abolitionist Underground Railroad winds down as Union armies advance. Right. Well, that's the 1860s. Yep. One of the things I really love about the underground here in London is knowing. I mean, this isn't true for all of the lines because some of them are newer, but some of those lines some of those underground tunnels are the same ones that were built that far back in history, and I find it sort of incredible to know that you're using that same infrastructure that people in the mid 19th century were using. You're getting on the same, not the same trains, but tunnels in the same trains in the same tunnels for the same purpose, going to some of the same places. I find that sort of kind of magical. In Massachusetts, butternut squash is first cultivated. On the West Coast, the first McDonald's store serves mostly barbecue. Wow. Butternut squash is first cultivated at the same time period as the first McDonald's store. I don't know, the 50s? I have no idea. 1940 to 1944. All right, interesting. Weird one. A gaming company, Nintendo, is founded in Kyoto. The world's tallest building, the Eiffel Tower, is completed in Paris. Yeah, Nintendo precedes the entire existence of the video game industry because they started making, playing cards and things like that. That's around here somewhere. Yes, 1889. Yeah, late 19th century. Pluto, the cartoon dog, makes his first appearance in a Disney cartoon short. Pluto the planet is discovered. Oh, amazing. So I guess presumably that's what Pluto was named after. I mean, this one seems like less of a coincidence, I'm guessing. I mean, could also have been named after Pluto, the, underworld god, but this feels like probably not coincidental, but I don't know. When do I think Pluto appeared? And when was Pluto the planet discovered? Is it earlier than this? It was 1930. I was going to guess 1930s generally, but it was 1930s specifically. On an Arctic island, the last surviving woolly mammoths roam free. In the Egyptian desert, laborers build the Great Pyramids of Giza. Well, that's well before this. Yeah, 2550 BCE. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Egyptian civilization is much older than this even, but it's just amazing to think of them overlapping the woolly mammoths. In Japan, the samurai era ends with swords and top knots banned. In America, Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis invent a new fashion accessory, blue jeans. Just amazing. This is great. This is a great week in connections. My guess would have been basically the 1880s or so, which is, I could be wrong about that, but I don't think it'll be miles away from there, and I don't know where to put it relative to 1889. Maybe slightly later? No, slightly earlier. That's a shame. That's a shame. I knew it was in that region. I knew it was just right around that. Is that the Meiji Restoration in Japan? Okay, anyway, that's too bad. I was really close on that one. All right, well, there we go. Got one wrong. Let's check these events. So, of course, I'm surprised even 6% of people put this woolly mammoth thing roaming free. I mean, where else would you have put that? I don't even understand where you would have put this in theory. After 1300? Huh. Okay, I don't get it. I would have expected this to have a higher, higher than 94%. Anyway, humans first arrived on the island of New Zealand. Obviously, that was placed correctly by nearly everybody. A few percentage of people misplaced Galileo. Let's see. Just about everybody correctly placed the underground here in London and the abolitionist Underground Railroad in the U.S. Yeah, I was in good company at least with the ending of the samurai era ends and the invention of blue jeans. Yeah, only a third of people placed that correctly. The rest of us, 2/3 of us, placed it incorrectly. A fifth of people misplaced Nintendo and the Eiffel Tower. I mean, fair enough. 14% of people misplaced Pluto, the dog, and the planet, the former planet. Nearly everybody correctly placed McDonald's, excuse me, and the cultivation of butternut squash in Massachusetts. That's an amazing one in the 1940s. And then, yeah, this was the starting point. All right. Well, there we go. What an interesting week. I really, really enjoyed that. All right. Back next week with more of this. Bye for now.